Hey, good morning guys. We're here to get ready and we're down to the last two Oden's eye palettes. Rosy, Jingle, and then the Morgan's palette. Morgan's palette I'll leave for tomorrow. Today I'm working until 10 p.m. closing, so I kind of want my eye look to be simple and easy. I don't want to do, I'm going to do full face of makeup, but I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just don't want a lot of makeup when I get home after work. So let's get to it. I'm just gonna use some stuff that I know works for me and that I like. Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna use this and this. And is this a bronzer? No, I need a bronzer. Setting powder. Setting spray. I do need eyebrow pencil. And I'll need mascara, but I'll figure that out later. Alright, we're gonna start with the Makeup by Mario. And put this on. And let's get to it. I haven't done a 10 o'clock shift in quite some time. Usually I do to like 8 or 9, which is just me helping the person close, make sure they don't have a lot left to do on their own. And this is so pretty. I know some of you have commented you like the Hourglass foundation on me more than the Makeup by Mario. I still like this one more. Both of them are nice. The Hourglass one, I do find there's something blurring about it, although, I mean, it says soft focus, or it's the ambient lighting. Soft glow. There's nothing on it about being blurring or that, but I do find that one looks, I don't know, like it's blurring. They both, to me, give about the same amount of coverage, and they both look skin-like. Someone was like, the Makeup by Mario looks cakey. I don't know where you're getting cakey from. This is far from cakey. But I still like this Makeup by Mario one more. It's all blended down. Alright. So for bronzer, let's get some brushes. I have this weekend off. I'm not sure what we're doing. I mean, I do think tomorrow I'm working cooking shift. Off at 7:30. Our plan is to get groceries once I clock out tomorrow, just from the store that I work at. Which I think we might do anyways, but I was like, we're gonna do pizza for supper. Not takeout pizza, but get pizza from the store. Now I'm thinking if I'm not off till 7:30, we get groceries. We're probably not gonna get back here till like 8:39. So maybe we'll do something different, or I'll just tell everybody to eat before I get off work. I don't know. I don't know about anybody else. I kind of don't like eating that late, especially supper. Not that we haven't done that before. I know someone who we used to go to their house, and supper was usually like 7:30. Which I guess it would keep you from eating snacks, possibly, in the evening. Man, I like this bronzer a lot. I've been fighting myself to stay the heck off of Sephora. I've been on there, haven't ordered anything. I want to order something, but I keep telling myself no. Because I've already ordered stuff this month. And I don't need anything, but there's some stuff that I kind of want. But I like to see myself wait. I like to order from Sephora once a month ideally, so I just need to stay off the damn site. Yes, I said damn. I need to stay off there. I did place an Oden's eye order. I think I did tell you guys the other day. There's a palette that keeps going in and out of stock. And then there's like another all shimmer palette, which one of you guys asked. I forget. I don't remember everybody's names. But I did give the exact name of the shimmer palette that I ordered. But there's an Oden's eye palette. Stone and something. It's like green leaning. I've been wanting that one, but every time I go to get it, it's out of stock. I went ahead and ordered that so I could get my hands on it. And I think all the palettes that I wanted from Oden's Eye, I now officially have. So, unless they come out with like more neutral palettes, I think I'm done ordering from Oden's Eye. Because it's their eyeshadow palettes that I like. Specifically the ones this size. Let's get some bronzer on. Cosmic Beauty, their Smolder palette. I will order that once that's available. I've watched several reviews on that one now. And I don't know if it was Eden or Andy. Which they make a good point. That Smolder palette does kind of look like the Huda Beauty Nude palette. I thought it was here. The Huda Icy Nudes. Maybe. Okay, maybe it gives a similar vibe, but no, this is what the Huda Icy Nudes looks like. Very pretty. But yeah, I could see where they were going with that. Okay. The Smolder is more my cup of tea. My Huda palettes, I have 3 of that size that I just showed you. And I have a couple of the smaller ones. If I'm being honest, I prefer the smaller Huda palettes over those bigger ones. I did declutter one of my bigger ones because I had 4. I decluttered one because I wasn't getting any use out of it at all. The other 3 I have, I still use, but mostly they're in the fall, winter. But I prefer the smaller Huda palettes. The only thing is, and I said this multiple times before, since I've gotten into indie palettes, I don't really reach as often to my palettes that I got from Sephora. Like Huda, oh my gosh. Natasha Denona. I think I might do a week of Natasha Denona. A week or 2. We shall see. After I do the Oden's Eye, tomorrow will be the last day of Oden's Eye palette. Possibly, because in doing this, I see other looks with the Oden's Eye palettes that I want to create. So, we'll see. So far, all this is telling me is that I really like the Oden's Eye formula. But like I said, in these ones. Okay, for blush, I'm going to go with the Bayfree in the shade Nude Gardenia. But there are some... I want to do kind of like the same thing I've done with Oden's Eye. Pick a brand and just use that brand's eyeshadows for like a week or so. Some brands I only have like 1 or 2 palettes from. And then some I have like 5 or more palettes. Like Blend Bunny, ABH, Natasha Denona, Elf, Morphe, ColourPop, Glaminatrix, Ensley Rain. Who else is back there? Not sure who else is back there, but this is so pretty. And I do have some brands where I have like literally 1 palette from a brand and nothing else. Okay, I'm going to set my face now. I'm going to take the Huda Easy Bake. Have I only been sitting here for 11 minutes? Seems like I've been sitting here longer. Okay. Then I go to RMS blush. This one's in Crystal Slipper. Yes, I did go ahead and order this one. This is one that I wanted. Every shade that I have of these RMS blushes I like so far. They're all very pretty. This one almost reminds me of a beigey pink. I'll swatch it so it looks like this. It looks like it's gonna be dark, but it isn't dark at all. To me, it makes me think of like a beige, yeah, like a peachy beige pink. I don't know. It's very pretty, and I think there's a lot of cream and liquid blushes that I could use this one with. All right, we'll put some eyebrows on. Okay, we're on season 5 of the originals, and holy moly. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, why did they do that? Like, Elijah is one of my favorite characters, and oh my gosh. I mean, I'll give spoilers. See, Haley eventually does die, but the episode where she dies, I was like... I was so annoyed because of what Marcel did to Elijah. I mean, the show's been out for quite some time, but Marcel did something to Elijah that Elijah had pretty much begged him to do to him. And then the episode after, or maybe it was the same episode, when Marcel undone what he did to Elijah, and then everything came back and Elijah realized that Haley was dead. Oh my gosh, I had to hold back from crying. I was like, I know it's a TV show, but I was like, man, it's so cruel. Yeah, Haley and Elijah ended up being my favorite. I don't know. Legacies comes next. I just don't know if none of the main characters, like if Elijah and Klaus and all of them are not in that, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch Legacies. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch it solo, but if it's just the kids, like if it's just Lorax and Klaus's daughter that's in it, I don't think I want to watch it. I don't know. Might have to look up and see who's in it. But we're still on season 5 of the originals. I'm like, why do they gotta do Elijah like that? And then, like, to me, it doesn't matter what other shows that Elijah's in, because he is in other TV series. To me, he's just Elijah. I don't even know what his real name is in real life, but to me, it doesn't matter what he plays in. He's Elijah to me. Alright, brows are done. One thing I was telling Matt, because Bonnie did not die in Vampire Diaries, did she? Like, I know she died multiple times and they brought her back, but in the end, Bonnie was alive, right? Well, she was a witch. I don't know. But I was like, I'm surprised they didn't bring her in for the originals at all. Like, not, like, she's a Bennett witch, a powerful witch. I find it crazy that they did not bring her in one time to help with anything. And, like, what? Unless they could have, and she didn't want anything to do with the show after Vampire Diaries. I don't know, but... Bennett Witch was one of the most powerful witches, and they didn't bring her in, and they could have. Okay. On to the eyeshadow. I don't fully know what I'm going to do for eyeshadow, just that I'm going to use this palette. So yeah, after tomorrow, Friday, any makeup that I do from Saturday to next weekend, at least, minimum, will just be random makeup. I do have a couple of palettes that I've only used once. I have a couple of palettes that I just got. But I've been not using them because I've been sticking to what I said I was going to do, which is the Oden's Eye palettes. I'm just wiping my brushes off real quick. I'm not wearing my hair like this to work. I do gotta take care of this hair. Alright. I'm gonna start with Gentle Memories, so this one here, and then I'll probably go into the shade right here called Joyful. Why do I feel like I already used this one? I know I've used it before, but why do I feel like I used it like this past week? Okay, this shade actually matches the blush. Gentle Memories. If you could only have one makeup brand for eyeshadow, what would you pick? I feel like I would have said Ensley Rain. Because Ensley Rain's one of my favorite eyeshadow brands from indie. But now, I don't know. They're still my favorite. But I think I think I could say Oden's Eye. Because of the color stories, I like the formula. They're more everyday wearable compared to the Ensley Rain palettes that I have. I think I do, though, want to do I don't have that many. I kind of think I want to do one eyeshadow palette from each brand that I have. Like, what would if I could only have one? So I'm still thinking about doing that. I just need to figure out who's the one that started it. I've seen a few more people popping up videos yesterday. I don't know if it was Heather or Angelica or if it was somebody else who started that. And then I feel like, or it might have even been Betty Jean. I might have to go read all their, I'm still in the same shade. I might have to go read all their descriptions and see if they have tagged the original person. I don't think it's an original idea because I'm pretty sure someone has done this before many moons ago. Because I know I've watched videos like that before. I'm gonna go into the shade Joyful. So, here's what I know. Ensley Rain is currently working on something that looks, to me, ethereal. Ethereal and magical. No idea what it is. Same with Blend Bunny. Whatever they're doing, to me, it looks like it's going to be something ethereal. But they said it's going to be a part 2 to something. Some people think it's going to be a part 2 to like the Alice palette or something, which I don't have. Some people think it's going to be a remake or whatever of the Dollhouse palette, which the Dollhouse palette, matte heavy. I do wish it had way more shimmers in there, but that's a great palette to have. It's very big to me anyways, but it's a great one to have. I'm gonna go into Warmth, this one right here. So I'm kind of curious as well as to what, I'm very curious. That Bonfire palette from Glaminatrix, I was tempted to buy it, and then I told Eden I'm not gonna buy it now because I'm more interested in what Blend Bunny and Ensley Rain have coming. I need to see, because one, I don't need every single palette. Would I use the Bonfire palette? Absolutely, but That's one. I need to see what I need to see what Ensley Rain and Blend Bunny are coming out with. I'm too intrigued. I don't want to buy the Bonfire palette and then Blend Bunny and Ensley Rain release their palettes and I'm like, oh, I would use those more. Like I want to buying palettes, I want to buy palettes that I know that I'm going to want to keep pulling out. The Bonfire palette though is very pretty. Definitely wearable. I probably could dupe that one. It's nothing, and it's also nothing special. It's nothing that is like, wow, nothing like this has ever been created. Okay, so I just took that shade Warmth and just blended it nicely. Do the same thing on the other side. Try to make sure both sides are pretty close to being the same. I'm gonna take that shade down the lower lash line as well, at least out here anyways. The shimmers in here are like, I remember yesterday swatching the shimmers and being like, what ones am I going to use? Because they're all so darn pretty. I think either these two or these two. I don't know. How do you decide? I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into Celebration Heart first, so this one right here. I'll start with that one. I mean, you could just do one. Oh my, that's so pretty. Maybe I'll just do one shimmer. We'll see. That's so pretty. Okay, maybe I want that one to be the star of the show. Oh my. But now I'm like, even though I'm not super chatty and stuff like that, I'm looking at this palette. I see other looks that I want to do. Oh my, I like that color. And then what I'm gonna do is, that is so pretty. I'm gonna go back into Warmth again. Well, actually, I'll probably dip into this one here and then Warmth. And just put those both just a little bit more out here. I think I'm just gonna do one shimmer today. That is so pretty. I like that a lot. Depending on like me looking at it this way, I see green and yellow, and then why is it so pretty? If I had to say too why I would, I think now choose Oden's Eye over my Ensley Rain. Again, Ensley Rain, those are my favorite, one of my favorite brands for indie. But I would say because, again, the color stories of the Oden's Eye, I feel like they're like neutrals with pops of color. So far, the Ensley Rain ones are, they're neutrals to it pops of color. They didn't, for the ones that I have, they do tend to lean on the cooler side, which I like cool and warm tones. But some of their shimmers, they're chunky. So like you put your finger in and like there's already a hole. I can rub my finger in these ones and I'm not dipping in there really. Like I can just do this and I'm not making a mess in my palette or anything. So I kind of like that. I probably will end up doing a whole week of Ensley Rain. I don't know when though. I feel like most of the palettes that I have from them are not, they're ones that I want to use like fall and winter, not summer, spring. Okay, and then I'm going to leave the eye look here. So we used Gentle Memories, Celebration Heart, Joyful, and Warmth. So this shade, that shade, this shade, that shade. There's so many looks I could see doing in here. Oh my. Very pretty. Alright, I'm gonna spray my face. Do I want more bronzer? No, I don't. Do I want more face powder? Maybe a little. What did I use that for? Alright, we'll spray the face. Can we see the shift? I don't know. Because like there's like a green... Oh yeah, I see it a little bit right here. There's like a green gold shift to that shimmer. I like that a lot. That's very pretty. Just take my sponge and make sure everything is all so pretty. I like that. For mascara, we are going to do oh, when I was on Sephora, I was looking. I went on Tarte because I don't buy from Tarte. I had a few things from them. Well, I have a few things from them. But Tarte's not a brand that I go out of my way to go look for stuff from them. But I went to look at their mascaras, and this one is still on there. Lights, Camera, Lashes, Platinum. That is still on the Sephora website. The mascara I wore yesterday was the Live Tinted. I am not going to attempt to use that today. I wore it in my BoxyCharm video. I was trying to see if it like dried down a little bit any. No. What do I want to use? I don't want to use a mascara that's too wet and ruin my eye look. I'll use the L'Oreal Panorama. Let's see. Because I always forget if I like this one or not. I feel like I go back and forth. I like that eye look. It's gonna suck tonight. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but getting off at 10, having to come home, shower, and then hop right in bed. That's poopy. Just so I can go get up for tomorrow morning. The person that's originally supposed to work till 10, I'm not sure what happened there, but because I was originally supposed to work from 3 to 8, and then my manager had said she had to switch the schedule around, and I said, yeah, that's fine. So she told me I was working until 10 instead, and I'm like, 3:30 to 10 instead. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But like, it has me wondering who's working the 3 to 8 if it's not me, because that's what I was supposed to work. And I was telling Matt, I was like, I wonder, would she have me work 7:30 to 10 on my own? Maybe, because it's only a half-hour difference. So it wouldn't really bother me. It's Thursday, and Thursday nights, they're not really that busy. Like I said, I've done plenty of the 3 to 8 o'clock shifts, and usually we have most of what needs to be done by 8 p.m. so that the person that's there till 10 just has like very minimal things to do with whatever customers come in. So if I am solo 7:30 to 10, that's fine. But I wonder, would they actually do that though? It's only a half hour. I know some people I work with would be mad about that. Me though, no. To me, it's like, if you stay calm and chill out, okay, I do like that mascara. This one has dried down. Rimmel, I've seen somebody use it yesterday on Instagram. Rimmel has a new Thrill Seeker mascara. Not the old one, but they have a new one. And it's red, and it kind of looks like this, but the Thrill Seeker looks like it's bubbled up, like Panorama is on this one. If you guys see it, let me know. I went on Amazon to look. Not on there. Actually, there's a couple of things on Amazon I was looking for. Can't find it. There was something from Milani. And there was something from... I mean, there's something I'm looking for. Milani has something I'm looking for. L'Oreal has something I'm looking for. And I think Maybelline. I don't like how us in Canada get things different at different times and that than other, like the US. I watched a video yesterday from a YouTuber. I think her name's Makeup by Cheryl or something. I just learned she's Canadian. I'll pop her up here in a second. She's not new. Looks like she's been around for a while. I don't know where in Canada she's from. I was trying to figure out by her accent. But like people, I know people like at work and that, when I talk, they're like, where are you from? And I tell them where I'm originally from, which is New Brunswick. But then they're like, nah, you don't sound like a New Brunswicker. And then I say, well, I did live in Newfoundland for several years. And they're like, that's what we're hearing. And actually I've run into Newfoundlanders too at the Costco and my work. And they're like, oh, you're a Newfie. And I was like, well, that's where a lot of my family's from, and I did live there, but I was born in New Brunswick. So sometimes when you hear people talk, you think you know where they're from, but then you don't. Like, we've run into people. Like, there's this woman who works at Costco, and she started talking, and she was wearing a shirt that had something on it, and I was like, that's a Newfie shirt. And I was like, hey, you from Newfoundland by any chance, eh? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And then we asked what parts, and then she told us. And then she told us her name, and then I was like, oh, are you related to the Rubias from Mattis Point? And then she said, yeah. And then she mentioned Sean and Wendy, and then we're like, what the heck? So that was kind of, you guys don't know who they are, but I thought that was kind of crazy to run into somebody who we know, people that they're related to. Anyways, all that to say, I can't tell by Cheryl's talking what part of Canada she's from at all. It's definitely not Quebec. Alright, mascara's done. For lips today, I think I'm gonna take this with me. It's Lancome. Yes, I did add one of these. I had 3 in there. Took 2 out. I added 1 to my wish list. Because I will probably, although I'm going to do like a 1 Sephora haul a month, like this month is already written off. I'm making a wish list that I want specifically for my VIB sale. Whenever that happens. I think I could do something warmer on the lips, although I do really like this one. This isn't the one that I have in my wish list. Actually, I'm going to pick a different lip. That's pretty. I want something with a bit of warmth in it though, I guess. darn, I do not know. What do I want? Some of these I'm like, would that be too dark? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. These are also one of my favorite lip products. Jeez, so many. I haven't bought one in a bit because I have two of my favorite shades. Yeah, that'll work. We see. It's the L'Oreal. It looks like this. So the exact name of the product I don't know. This one's in 120 Rose Harmony. But I find these to be very smoothing. They don't dry my lips out. I like the applicator as well. Smells like it has like a nice clean, it smells like a body wash to me that I have, but I'm gonna wear that today. All right, so this is the final look, guys. I'll show you, I'll pull it up now that I mentioned her. Her name, I know her name's Cheryl. I don't know if it's Makeup by Cheryl or what. Did my phone go off? I didn't hear it go off. Yeah, Makeup by Cheryl. You guys watch her? I watched a couple of her videos yesterday. And yeah, she's from Canada, but I don't know what part. Anyways, I did go ahead and subscribe to her. Chris is back to posting videos. Chris's Makeup and More. That's my friend Chris from Texas. She's back to posting. And then I did watch one of Andy. I watched Andy's live yesterday while I was doing laundry and stuff, and I was laughing. Some of like the people who comment on her videos are, they're butt wipes, let me say that. And then some of them are just funny. I tend to watch Andy during her lives while I'm doing something, and then I'm like talking to the TV and stuff. I need to do like voice to chat or something so that while I'm watching her videos, my phone can pick up what I'm saying so it pops up in her comment section. That'd be kind of funny. Anyways, this is today's look. I like it, although I feel like I could use more blush. But I do see the blush, so I'm not gonna go anymore. Anyways, it's a easy look. I'll take care of this hair because I feel like an old lady with my hair up like this. I'll throw some hoops in and yeah, call her done. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, hanging out with me, and until tomorrow, we'll do the last Oden's Eye palette tomorrow, which will be the Morgan palette. It'll probably be purple or peach, I don't know. This is one of those palettes again. This is my favorite Oden's Eye palette, and there's so many looks that I want to do with this when I open it. Like, I really want to use this shade right here and this one. These two right here. So maybe we'll do something with those two shimmers tomorrow, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that one, but that'll be for tomorrow. All right. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.